Hello, this is Mr. Ryder, and welcome to the first episode of CoasterFAQs Reviews, a series where we look at roller coasters, rides, attractions, and attractions. For this episode, we're doing stuff a little different than our usual thing. Because it is October, we're going to do something that's kind of inspired by Halloween by looking at roller coasters, rides, and attractions that are no longer standing. And for this episode, we're looking at a coaster that me and the Gemini Man have mentioned a lot on this channel at this point, and that's the Son of Beast. This is actually a roller coaster I've been wanting to do a video on for ever since we started the channel, and unlike many people, I've actually been on this one, so it's actually a kind of special one for me. The Son of Beast was a monster wooden coaster. In fact, it was one of the very few, if not the only wooden hyper coaster in the world. It was opened in the year 2000 and was closed in 2009, where it was upstanding but not operating until the year 2013. The Son of Beast was a monster. It was 218 foot tall, had a 214 foot drop, had a length of 7,032 feet. It had a top speed of 78.4 miles an hour, and until recently, it was the only wooden coaster that had inversions. In this case, one inversion which was a standing loop. The things to keep in mind, alongside with it being one of the first wooden coaster to ever include an inversion, it was also the tallest wooden coaster. It was the fastest wooden coaster. It was the steepest wooden coaster with a drop of 56 degrees, I believe, if I remember correctly, and it was also had the biggest drop of any wooden coaster, and I believe that record, if it was still standing, it would still hold that record today. And the video that we're going to be looking at to show what this roller coaster looked like is from Hedrick 2448 Tully, and without further ado, here we go. Okay, we just left the station and we're going on this straightaway that goes underneath the main climbing hill. Look out overhead, you can see that infamous loop. Steep bank down into a decent speed section for a part just before the climbing hill. In fact, I do believe its climbing hill was longer than its actual height. Height difference between the climbing hill and where you stop at the bottom to climb out to the top of the climbing hill is actually taller than the actual recorded height. Just to give you an idea how big this thing was. Okay, we're cresting. Also remember, this climbing hill was pretty slow, so after you got to the top, it really picked up speed. This little level off area that turned you around. Now that monster 14 foot drop. Also, I should probably mention that this coaster was notoriously rough. Now we're entering the roughest part, which was that first helix. This thing just beat the living snot out of you. In fact, I heard that, I never did it myself, but I heard if you sat in the back, it felt like you're being liquefied. Level off into the mid-course brake run. Down the drop and into the loop. Okay, second helix, which was also pretty rough. Both of the helixes on this coaster were rough. In fact, it's one of the reasons why it was such a bad coaster. It was such an infamous roller coaster. Okay, exiting into one of the few airtime hills. Turn. Into the break room. Okay. It's just a steady turnaround. And into the station. And this, from what I can tell, this was shown on the Discovery Channel when it was first opened, and I'll have to say it definitely is still, I believe, was a really cool coaster. I mean, if it was not built so rough, I'm pretty sure it would have been still standing today. Another thing I have heard, I have thought of, as well as I talked to other people, was if Cedar Fair was able to work with RMC earlier, because I know when they decided to tear it down, RMC was starting to get a fan base and was really starting to become popular. I'm pretty sure it still would have been standing as a converted RMC instead of getting replaced by the coaster that currently stands in their Banshee. Once again, personally, I say it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad of a roller coaster. It just beat the living shit out of you. I apologize for my language. I shouldn't have said that. But once again, it just was a really rough roller coaster. What do you guys think? Was it a bad coaster, or was it a roller coaster that was actually really, really good, but it got a bad reputation? Put down your opinions in the comments below, and on that note, this has been Gemini. This has been Mr. Grider doing on the first ever CoasterFAQs Reacts, and we'll see you next time.